Slovenian American Heritage Foundation, and I'm very pleased to have such a wonderful turnout this evening for the second talk in our Foundation's 2007 lecture series. We are very, very pleased that Dr. Metod Milač is here to share his very personal recollections of his experiences during the Second World War and immediately thereafter. Before we begin, I'd like to make some announcements. If you'd like to be added to our mailing list, receive information about our upcoming events and lectures, please sign up. We'll be sending a sign-up sheet around. Please give us your name and address, and we'll add you to the list so that you can get additional information about our various events. Also, on the table back here in the corner to your right are some membership forms. If you're interested in becoming a member of our foundation, we would very much welcome you to be with us. It's a very nominal donation of $15 for an annual membership, and you get to be invited and included into all of our foundation's various events. For those of you who are members and have not yet renewed your 2007 dues, I please remind you to do so. Our membership chairman, Dusan Maršić, is not here this evening. He is convalescing from some back problems, but our treasurer, Donna Leonard, is here. Donna, where are you? In the back. Oh, she's in the kitchen. But Donna Leonard will gladly take your membership renewal check during the coffee and strudel social. Metod M. Milač is the Associate Director Emeritus of the Syracuse University Library, where he held various positions during his 30 years at the university. His areas of research are late 16th century music and World War II in Slovenia and Central Europe. His book, Resistance, Imprisonment, and Forced Labor, in the 2002 series, Studies in Modern European History, Volume 47, and a Slovenian language edition was published with the title Kdo solze naše posuši, doživetje slovenskega dijaka med drugo svetovno vojno, which was published in Slovenia by the Mehorjeva Družba. Dr. Milač, as I'm sure many of you know, is also the founder and first conductor of the Singing Society Korotan here in Cleveland. And for the last 6 years, he has served as the president of the Society for Slovene Studies. And I also want everyone to know that this lecture almost didn't happen. I got a rather frantic email from Dr. Milač yesterday morning that informed me that there was a very large snowstorm in the Syracuse area. This sort of nor'easter up north caused a lot of snow and bad weather. But we're very, very thankful that Dr. Milač did venture out to be here with us this evening. So I ask you all to join me in welcoming Dr. Metod Milač.
I feel like being at home again. It's so nice to be in Cleveland, even though and I always at university for all 30 years when they ask me where is my home, I have only two homes. One is in Prevalje na Koroškem, and the other one is Cleveland, Ohio. It's not Syracuse, New York. I thank you for a very nice introduction. I hope I won't have problem with my voice, because occasionally I do suffer coughing when I am talking a little longer, because usually at home I don't say much. Germany and its allies attacked Yugoslavia April 6, 1941. In a few days, Slovenia was occupied and divided into 3 occupation zones: German, Italian, and Hungarian. The first Italian troops entered Ljubljana on Friday, April 12, 1941. As a prelude to today's topic, Rab, Auschwitz, Vetrin, I should mention that on June 29, 1942, I was on the train on the way to concentration camp Bonas in Italy. That train was at Tver, south of Ljubljana, attacked by Slovene partisans. 2 months later, our small detachment, 12 men, of the partisan Labor Battalion was captured during a major Italian offensive in the region of Kočevje. Part 1. Concentration Camp Rab. From the Italian prisons in Novo Mesto and Ljubljana, we were taken by train to Rijeka and then by Italian Navy ship to Rab, an island in the Adriatic. We arrived in Rab harbor at 7 in the evening. 2 hours later, we started marching. Our impressions were, this must be a nice place, nothing bad would happen here. After walking inland approximately 1 hour, there was still nothing to see. A sudden hush came over the column in another few minutes. The first lights of a distant camp came into view. The sights were unexpected, unbelievable, almost impressive, and at the same time very intimidating. More than 1,000 tents were there, surrounded by barbed wire and high watchtowers. All those positive hopes were now gone, fear set in. This was our destination, no barracks, just tents, the concentration camp Rab. Before we even settled in our tents, we had visitors, a few women with small babies begging for food. Most of them were from Chabar. It was heartbreaking to see these poor women in rags holding their starving babies. We had nothing to give. Who were the prisoners on Rab? A great majority were Slovenes from the Italian occupation zone of Slovenia. Only a small percentage were from Chabar, 10 to 15%. When we arrived, men and women were in the same camp, living under identical conditions. We estimated that between 10 and 12,000 prisoners were in this camp between August 42 and January 43. At one end of the camp, there were 6 barracks equipped with washrooms, showers, and toilets. A very nice setup. The problem, there was no water, and the barracks were locked. The women and children were relocated to a new facility a few days after our arrival. We did not see their camp from our location, neither did we have a view of the beautiful Adriatic. In the evenings, we could hear prayers from many tents. Mostly older prisoners were praying, those from the villages in the liberated territories. Because of no existence of toilet facilities, we were forced to use latrines. A big hole in the ground covered with wooden boards. There we had to squat in the company of many, where each prisoner exhibited his unique intestinal problems.